Hello. Hi. I'm Dr. Maria, and I'm Dr. Maria Solindro. I'm a physician. I'm practicing integrative medicine in Pasadena, California. Today, I'm going to present, and the topic is exercise. No, movement is medicine. Movement means it can be exercise or activity. And one moment, I have always tried to see how do I do this. One moment, okay? Okay, I'm trying to, okay, so this one will be like this one. So, like I said, movement is exercise and activities, but this is the third pillar of healthy aging in my book. This one, No Code Medicine book. And this topic will have actually two videos. So I'm going to record with next week. I will talk with an example of the exercise you can do at home with the low budget and also during the lockdown or pandemic. So today, the previous video, the first pillar was detoxification, and the second were diet and nutrition. And if you missed it, just subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click the notification bell and you will see all previous videos. Please share this channel to your friends and family. I'm going to tell you why this movement becomes the medicine in our body before even you consume any other food or supplements or hopefully not drugs, right? Or medications. But some people may need the medication or drugs to stay out of trouble. As sitting has or become a habit for everyone, I want to remind you that don't sit, just move around. Even if you sit, you may want to move around and take a break once in a while, stretch your arm and go up like that, and then move around. And just make sure that you know that movement is medicine. You probably ask, isn't movement is natural? You don't have to think about it? Well, let's take a look. There are three benefits of movement. One is you have to know which movement is to prevent injury in the future. What injury? Well, weak muscle, if you don't exercise or move, weak bones, weak joint and imbalance as we grow older can become a problem. I'm talking about safe movements, or you may want to call it exercise for the appropriate age. Some age will not be able to do a certain exercise. You just have to realize that first, okay? If you do not develop your muscles, you might have difficulties in the older age. Your joint might not be tight as muscles can atrophy or become smaller. And it's the only thing you want to build, actually the muscles. Otherwise, fat will replace the space. So your fat is there because your muscle is not there enough. What about the bones? Well, this bone is the target for all the food you eat and your lifestyle. We talk about it in the diet video where I mentioned coffee, which is one of the lifestyle, tea and coffee with caffeine. I'm not talking about the flower tea, but I'm talking about the real tea and coffee. This will the caffeine will bind your magnesium, and then your calcium will not get to your bone. And this is done daily because some people drink coffee daily. Sometimes in my WhatsApp, some of my friends will say, okay, have you done your coffee this morning? And things like that. But I'm glad I can actually not drink coffee because that is not, it should not be in my lifestyle. What you can expect will show up later on and the bone becomes weaker, the initial sign is called osteopenia, where the bone density is probably less than minus 2.5, then you still have a problem, osteopenia. Or osteoporosis, where the density of the bone become more than less 2.5. You have a positive density bone on the T-score, then it's okay. But don't forget, coffee will give you osteoporosis. That's the reason why the number one problem in orthopedic fields, regardless of milk or calcium you take daily, you lost your bone, you might lose the chance for your possible new joints. Meaning, for example, if you have osteoporosis and you have osteoarthritis, that it's your joint and you have pain, some pain you can make you not be able to sleep. Okay, so then you go to an orthopedic surgeon. You know what their advice is: get a new joint, prosthesis. And if you have osteoporosis, they have a tendency not be able to do it, because then the metal will not stay as your bone actually become osteoporotic. Some people they already have they already have prosthesis and they still drink coffee. Number two, that was the first. Number two, exercise is the food of the brain. How? Well, because the movement that fits the activities and the exercise, and this fits this brain or the organ. You try to remember the routine, the movement to the right, the movement to the left. Let's say you're dancing, line dancing, move to the right, move to the left, how many repetition, and the intensity of all this can reduce the cortisol or stress hormone. Cortisol is the only hormone you do not want to get it too much. And if it's done right, you will actually grow younger, because cortisol is stress hormone. And with this, it protects us from dementia. Don't you want to start as soon as possible? Because once you are demented or you have Alzheimer's, it's difficult to remember what you need to do. And Alzheimer's, usually some of the numbers that are objective found in the blood is in the cardiovascular patients. This is actually called diabetic type 3. And you probably heard the type 2 or adult onset, but now the diabetic type 3 is Alzheimer's. In the scientific findings, we found out that the blood vessels in the brain who exercise have better oxygen. The next one, the third one, is to keep your immune system strong. Keep you young and healthy. The movements are bolus of progenitor cells, which is actually the stem cells that goes in a different places or even in your bone marrow where it started. Ultimately, it makes us get younger with our immune cell. It is the real fountain of youth. Keep us away also from cancer, because if your immune system is good, you won't get this cancer cell to grow. And from the study, it shows that people who exercise more get less of this kind of diagnosis. I'm going to give you at least 10 examples of exercise for appropriate age. I want to start with all age exercise, so anyone can do this. The first one is breathing exercise. It's called diaphragm breathing exercise. The lung is the only organ that can return to previous capacity if you do correctly of this exercise. You need to expand your chest in the morning. The best is you open your door or window, and then you exercise where the morning air is there. And then you make sure your chest is expand, or you can do at the angle of the wall, the angles, and then place your both hands on against this wall, and then just step back and put your leg together, and you go and do like a push up like that to the wall, and that will expand your chest. The second is range of motion. Everyone should do range of motion. It will keep the joints, flexible. And you can do this on the mat or on the floor. If you cannot go down to the mat or the floor, you can also do it on your bed, but make sure your bed is firm. Okay, and then third one, everyone can do this if you know how. Swimming. Swimming has become the best exercise actually among other exercise if you know how to swim. And this one covers the range of motion, the cardio, which is also breathing, and also strengthening at the same time. Number 4, walking. Everyone who can walk, I exclude those who cannot walk, okay? Everyone who can walk, this is also good. But the best walking that affect your heart is if you walk fast, about 3 miles an hour, okay? And that will affect the improvement of the cardio health. Jogging and running needs to be done also with caution, because if you have a small treadmills, you can at least jog on treadmills, okay, or run, but you have to be careful because you have to be make sure you don't fall, okay? So, but when you jog, according to the findings, or when you run, you have to have strong kidney, because all these people who runs, microscopically we can find blood in the kidney, in the urine. That means they have a microscopic bleeding, because you keep running, you put pressure, your body, and so it can produce that one. How about bicycling? Bicycling, or you can have stationary bicycle, or you can also go out and you bicycle on the street. But if you don't have the bicycle, then you can do air bike. You can lay down and you do air bike. I'll give you an example in the next video, which is next week. The 6th is a lightweight, and you can do the dumbbell at home, or you use a stretch tape. It's like $1 or $2. It's available in the hardware store or sports store. This is to exercise the muscles. The muscle is actually the main reason why you have to exercise, is to build muscles. Remember these muscles, okay? And number 7, dancing. Many people like it. You know why? Because it has the music. It is relaxing. You can do Zumba if you don't know how to do a typical dance. Line dancing is very good because you remember the step for the brain. Even the ballroom dance and many other kind of dancing. I like dancing. But some people, they're shy, but that's the reason why you don't have to join the dancing that is pair dance, because it's difficult to get pair. So join a dancing that is all women and men all mixed together. It's called Zumba or line dancing or pop dancing, whatever you call it. This gives you more motivation to move, and you also gain some energy. So number 8 is the one that requires a certain skill. Table tennis, which is called ping pong, and you can do it indoor, and it can be very good because you train your coordination and brain at the same time. Number 9 is the outdoor one, which is badminton or tennis. Nowadays, they can do it indoor, and it's very cardiovascular. This also train your coordination and strengthening. It is not easy after a certain age due to pressure to your joints and tendons, but it is an excellent exercise. The last one is varieties like hiking, mountain climbing, many more, even ice skating if you know how, right? In the past 30 years, gym centers are popping up everywhere, and some offers an affordable membership. So people start going to gym and exercise more, which is very good. People understand now that this exercise need a regular schedule and can improve organs like cardiac function, lung capacity, brain or memory, cognitive ability, hormonal balancing, regulates blood sugar, helps diabetic patients to regulate the sugar, and all of this improves your quality of life. Science has proven that regular, proper exercise can prolong lives and reverse medical problems. Well, if you ask the question, what's the best movement or exercise? Number one, get off from your seat is the best movement. Anywhere, anytime, get off from your seats. And the answer for the exercise is the one that makes you happy. Because if you're not happy doing it, you cannot maintain it. Some tips, okay? Wrong exercise can create a problem. You know that, such as bungee jumping or mountain climbing for elderly. That's not very wise to do it. Or jogging for people who has arthritis or vascular condition. For joggers, you know, like I said, the microscopic bleeding is apparently is very common. Overdoing exercise can harm you. So those who do it for competitive reason are the one in this group. Most likely, for the group of age 60 to 80 years in the population, starting to have some challenges due to physical disability. If you're disabled, you still have to move. Doesn't mean that you're disabled, you have to just sit and watch TV and not do anything. But you can find all these kind of activities for you. You can do, I'm not sure what kind of disability, but let's say you like gardening, you can do pot gardening, you can stretch and do balancing exercise. Okay, so because based on the recent studies, they do some kind of like a comparison between a regular training and what they call interval training, you know, like the fast and high impact. Then you move to the slow and low impact. For runners, for swimmer, they can do that. You know, the first and second is fast and the third one is slow and so on. This is done to shape us easier, build muscles, to lose fat easier, okay? But you don't have to do that, right? If you think you're not fat or obese, you still need to exercise to build your muscles. It is the muscle that counts, not burning the fat. You know that not only cardiovascular helps, but building muscle in exercise is more important than cardio. Obesity should not be the only reason to exercise. Everyone who wants to maintain healthy lifestyle should exercise or should move. The problem is too much calorie intake and too much exercise needs to burn that calories. So you have to select what you eat. For example, protein, amino acid, and foods to build the muscle that is more important. People who ride their bikes to work, they found that they have much better BMI in the study, body mass index. Find something to do every day will transform your health to a better one. You know that. Movement is found to reverse heart disease, diabetes, stroke, and cancer at about 30%. Use it or lose it. You heard that. It applies more in longevity stage at age 80 to 100 because after 80 years old, you probably the most challenging age, right? To keep being active and also keep moving. Because number one, most of them, they're retired. Number two, they have their sad hobby. Let's say they watch opera on TV and they, I don't know, they just don't move and don't get up and walk then it's a problem. Their muscles are going to be atrophied, and muscles will become smaller. That cause a problem in imbalance and their walking. And so when they walk and they not balanced, they fall. And then when they fall, they have osteoporosis, they break the bone, and all this on and off. And it's cycles that has to be prevented while you're young. But let's say you're already 80 or you're 90 or even 100. You still have to move, meaning that even if you have to walk with the walker, you have to walk if you can. This group of people, they love to sit, and it is very dangerous. Average of sitting is more than 10 hours a day. The same as when they were at work, and when you go to school, you sit all day long, and you study, you have to sit again to read books. Well, you sleep only 5 to 8 hours, so you have about 6 to 9 hours extra. Now, if you can just cut 1 hour a day, just do something, move around, and do stretching and exercise, which I'm going to show you in the next video next week. Okay. So during this centenarian age, which is age 80 to 100, the age 80 to 90, they slow down automatically. They can continue to watch maybe Family Feud program, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, right? Who knows, they can be a millionaire. It is good for the brain, but what about the balance and walking? Watching TV is still okay with a distance more than 8 feet away, so you don't get radiation, and you may need to do exercise while you watch TV, such as step stairs or stationary bicycle, whatever you choose that is safe for your age. Now, age 90 to 100 has their own challenge, but still can do brain exercise. Very important, like board game, chess, mahjong, crossword puzzles. These are just an example. Some do their own hobbies like crochet, album pictures, making cards, making dolls, and don't wait until then to move around. You should move and try to stand up on your own if you can. Okay. All right. Summary: 7 great benefits of movement. 1, prevent the effect of tearing down aging, including liver and kidney function for detoxification. Number 2, improves appetite. It helps metabolism, increase HDL cholesterol, protects cardiovascular accident or heart attacks. Number 3, improves aerobic capacity of the lung volume, and it tones up the muscle. Number 4, slow down the loss of aerobic capacity in older aging patients or persons. Both men and women benefit the same. Number 5, that's actually number 5 is both men and women benefit the same exercise. They benefit in a physiologically the same. Number 6, improves bone density or strengthening the bone. Remember that. It's very important, right? The bone density. Remember that. But always review my nutrition and diet, where calcium will not get to the bone unless it is brought by the magnesium. Number 7, improve bones compositions, or body compositions, or basal metabolic index or rate. Now, you have to stay in the healthy exercise zone. What is that? Healthy exercise zone is like this. If too much exercise, too intense, will create stress. Stress will increase cortisol, which is the hormone we don't like, will accelerate aging condition, reduce your immune system. Some people exercise on a regular basis and die of a heart attack at a younger age. I'm sure you have heard about this. And why is that so? Well, the stress that they are doing too much of exercise will reduce natural killer cell, reduce the T cell and white blood count. For example, all those who does marathon and they exercise with the weights, but excessively is not good. So the last tips here to remember. 3 things. Okay, the goal to exercise for healthy aging or medicine is 1, improve the balance. Remember, as you grow older, you lose your balance because your quad is atrophy. You exercise the leg. The bigger the leg is, the better. Let's do that. Okay. Number 2, maintain and becomes more flexible. So range of motion. Remember that. Number 3, maintain or improve your muscle strength. Again, it's muscle. When the best time to do exercise? Well, the best time is your best, personal. However, in general, you need to prepare the body at the best functional stage. Now, when is that? In the morning, after you have enough rest, of course. Now, first you drink at least 8 to 12 ounces of water, or maybe more, 16 ounces is best also. Then you exercise before you eat anything. So your body is at the best functional stage. So try to avoid exercise when you are very tired or after you eat. You always start with range of motion, floor exercise, stretching, cardiovascular, straining or resistant exercise, cardio and the strengthening. Cardio versus strengthening, the ratio is 1 to 2. Let's say you do 20 minutes of cardio, you have to do strengthening 40 minutes. Because remember again, muscle is the best. Don't forget to tune in next week for the exercise demo. Okay, next is July 23rd, Thursday at 5 p.m. Okay, now, if you like this program, please give your thumbs up sign. And now you're welcome to ask question. I'm going to check the question, okay? And for some reason, sometimes the chat box is not showing. So please write in the comment box after it got posted. Let me check if you have asked question. Okay. Does biking create any prostate problems in men? I read so many of these questions in the past. Okay, well, they said the temperature actually creates a problem. So they now wear, for men that does biking, they wear a certain outfit that is breathable, and also they put cushion on the bicycle seats. So don't forget, the prostate is inside, right? The prostate. So the testicle is outside, but the prostate is inside. I think temperature will create a little problem, but they haven't proven that bicycle actually create any dangerous prostate problem. Is it good to take whey protein or any protein to help your body during exercise? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you need protein or amino acid to build the muscles, but then I would prefer that has low sugar, not high sugar. And usually they all know now, and some of these whey protein outside has low sugar. How about vibration plate machine? We just stand on it. They help us exercise. It is the same efficiency for people who cannot exercise by themselves. Let me tell you, I do that. Yes, I have it. And you will see it next week. And the answer is, it is good for osteoporosis. It has been proven based on the study that it helps the bone density if you do it 20 minutes twice a day. And that can actually be used by to build muscle, because some of them, it comes with the stretch string that you can see it when I demo it next week. Okay. Oh, one more questions. One moment. In the front. What kind of alternative movement can be done for osteoporosis? Osteoporosis, you can build your bone density by weight exercise. Weight exercise will give a better bone density. Okay, other than that, I would tell you about this equipment. I have been observing the equipment like a vibration equipment by a power plate. I love power plate, But I found out 2 years ago that ZAZ, Z-A-A-Z, I'm not working for them, okay, but I own one, has been approved by the FDA as a medical device because they submitted a study and it has, a significant increase in bone density if you use it at least for 6 months. Okay, so 30 minutes. Thank you for watching. So if you like it, subscribe and share with your friends. Okay, thank you. What is this?